Hillary Clinton is extremely vulnerable in this country right now, whether it's a general election or the primary. And everything over the last 2 or 3 weeks and watching the nature of her campaign and the nature of her response would encourage somebody like Martin O'Malley or Elizabeth Warren to make actually steps forward and really see if they can beat her.
Martin O'Malley, I mean, he's a very nice guy, and you know, I was thinking that he might make a nice member of a President Clinton administration, so he better watch it. But anyway, I think that he and anybody else she would welcome into the mix. And that would be healthy, but I also think that ultimately she will be the next president.
Yeah, all right. President of what? Joining us now, Roger Stone, Republican political consultant, correspondent at the Daily Caller, and editor of StoneZone.com, and of course the author of The Man Who Killed Kennedy, The Case Against LBJ. Hey, Roger, good to talk to you again, my friend.
Steve, great to be back with you.
All right. Before we get to your great piece at the Daily Caller about Cheryl Mills, let's talk a little bit about the latest on Hillary. So she wiped the server clean. Now she's been called to testify before the Benghazi committee in April. And by the way, it turns out she was using more than one device, because we have FOIA documents from the AP that she used a iPad as well as a BlackBerry. So where are we with this?
You know, it's really extraordinary, Steve. As you know, I worked for President Nixon. Now, President Nixon claimed that his White House tapes were his personal property, and therefore he should decide which of those tapes the American public should be allowed to hear. And he actually put out a redacted version. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that although they were his personal property, they were made in his capacity as president, and therefore they ordered their release, and of course they were released, which brought Nixon down. Now, Hillary is arguing that the server is her personal property and that the emails are her personal property. So it seems to me that the legal precedent here has been met, and she's involved in an enormous cover-up. We both know the emails are gone. So what is it that Hillary is hiding? And is this the best way to start a presidential campaign under a cloud of suspicion?
Well, obviously the answer to that is no, but we'll see how that all pans out. Okay, let's move on to your great piece. Cheryl Mills. If you go around and you ask people who Cheryl Mills is, or do you know who Cheryl Mills is, you would probably get, you know, maybe 10% of the American public even know who she is. But she is very, very important in the scheme of things.
Yeah, she's basically Hillary's right-hand henchwoman. She's important enough that last week's New York Times had a headline story saying that she would not be joining a Hillary campaign. And I think this is understandable. Let me explain why. First of all, we know from the Benghazi investigation by the U.S. Senate committee that she is up to her knees in the cover-up of what really happened in Benghazi. Secondarily, we know that she, Cheryl Mills, along with Huma Abedin, also eschewed a government email keeping all of their official correspondence by email with the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, confidential. Thirdly, we know that Mills is actually the one who went through the emails and decided what to forward to the State Department and what to destroy. Fourth, when the billionaire pedophile friend of Bill, Jeffrey Epstein, who gave enormous contributions to the Clinton Foundation and whose private orgy island Bill Clinton visited at least 5 times, when his address book was seized by the Palm Beach police, whose private email and unlisted phone number is in it but Cheryl Mills? Leading to the obvious question, what did Hillary know about Epstein and his antics, and when did she know it? I suspect this is why Cheryl Mills is not joining a Hillary campaign.
You know, I've seen stories asking the question or theorizing that Hillary won't run because of the Epstein situation, because it's just too hairy. But you know, look, you've been around you know, longer than me. Not to date you or not, you know, but we've both been around over 100 years combined, and I just don't know. The media let Barack Obama slide on everything from Reverend Wright on down the line, Bill Ayers, you name it, where he grew up, everything. Are they going to all of a sudden get tough on Hillary?
Well, Steve, first of all, you're much older than I am. But with all due respect, I guess what I would say is that all of those things were pre-Citizens United, meaning if the Republicans don't have the backbone to expose Bill Clinton's serial rapes and Hillary's role in covering up those rapes and silencing the women that he sexually assaulted. Thanks to Citizens United, other conservative groups will go out and make sure the American people know that. That will be on TV commercials in New Hampshire, in Iowa, because women need to know that Hillary, who holds herself out as a women's advocate, first of all, she's taking millions of dollars from foreign regimes.
Roger, we're out of time, Roger. All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We're coming back, ladies and gentlemen, with Linda Chavez. Don't go away.